I was just remembering with you with the whole bike thing. I've ridden on the back of a bike with you, haven't I?
All right, yeah, I remember that. That's fantastic. Rawdon, though, he reckons he can ride a bike. You don't have your licence, though, do you, mate?
No, on little bikes, mate. You know, farm bikes and that sort of thing. But I know how to shift my way through the gears on a motorbike.
Really?
Yep, and I have actually, to be honest, I have once in my life driven a powerful bike, but it didn't go very far and it did possibly meet a wall. But that's a story for another day, Sam, and it wasn't on a public road.
Is there? Very good. It sounds like we need to find the vision for that. Whatever your preconceptions are of a hog rally, drop them. It's very different to what you think. Carry on, mate. Don't stop there. Get it. As you can see, it's a shoe shine and a haircut. But, you know, people kind of think that the people at these things are rough and rugged. They're not. They're refined and wonderful. Like my man Ray here. We're going to have a chat to Ray in just a second. But first, of course, your weather, starting in the far south with regions. You can see it's fairly cloudy down there. Ray Pratt.
Yes.
Harley Owners Group.
That's right.
Let's talk about your typical Harley owner. They're not typical.
Well, your typical Harley owner these days is sort of got an average age of around about 45 years old, and usually, just mortgage free and just living the dream, just wanting something different to do and getting back into motorcycling usually. And
it's quite a community, isn't it?
Oh, huge, yes. Yeah, there's over 1 million hog members throughout the world, which is, just anywhere you go you can talk to people about Harleys and usually find someone who owns one, and the friendship is unbelievable.
That's the thing I like about it, is you come down here, you can kind of grasp, have a look around. Oh, they've all moved around there. Go and have a look. There they are, all hiding away, the lads. I want to quickly talk bikes as well, just because I can, and I love bikes so much. This is a massive drag rail type thing, a Harley Davidson there. A quarter mile time of about 9 seconds, isn't it, Ray?
Yeah, it does about 9.3 seconds at 145 mile an hour terminal speed.
Staggering stuff. But the coolest thing, I actually like this. This is an 883. It's a Harley as well. Now, people think that owning a Harley is a very expensive thing. It can be. This is one of the entry-level bikes, and you can kind of start and get into a Harley for about $14,500 if you talk to Ray Wright, and he might be able to cut you a deal. But I think that's quite an accessible price to get onto a freaking cool bike like that. Look at that thing. It's a lovely bike. That's all from me. I'm going to grunt on throughout the morning. I'm loving this.
In a sort of metrosexual way. Isn't that funny? Get your hair cut at the Harley rally. Thank you very much, Sam.
The next high pressure builds onto the country. More good weather on the way. A great day for a hog rally. Look tough, everyone look tough.
Good morning, New Zealand. Today is Friday, yay, the end of the week, February the 15th, 2013. Talking through things, let's get to Sam now, who's out with the Harley Davidson crew this morning.
That's right. Now, if you're going to listen to one piece of information, you should listen to this morning. This is a 1928 Harley Davidson. It's a beautiful thing. It's worth $250,000. Now, the thing that makes Harley Davidsons unique is this. It's a V configuration of the engine at 45 degrees. It not only gives it its cruising capabilities with the torque in the engine, it also creates the beautiful sound. And that sound, did you know, has been patented. I've chosen this for you, Tony, because I think that's the style you go for. Classical, beautiful. I've chosen this for Rawdon, the Easy Rider. I can imagine Joe sitting up the back here, Rawdy, you in there. A bit of Americana. Lovely stuff.
The 3 kids.
That's you, mate. Anyway.
Somewhere.
Three kids. Yeah, I don't know where they're going. Yeah. But I think that's you. Moving on quickly. Let's get into weather, starting with the satellite. You can see that the North Island sits in the clear.
Welcome
to Annie, to the Breakfast Show.
Thank you.
Please talk us through this lovely piece of clothing.
This vest we've got here has got pins from all around the world. It signifies hog rallies, it signifies chapters and dealerships. So what we did, we got the vest, we've asked people to send their pins in from all around the world. We've got them from Scotland, Beijing, Hamburg, Barcelona, all around the world. They're very cool, and it's for a charity to be auctioned off this evening, and it's been signed by Bill Davidson here. So it's Saturday evening it's going to be auctioned off.
It's a beautiful thing. We hope it goes for much money and that we give it to a deserving charity.
Absolutely.
Bill Davidson, who has signed the back of this, is talking to us at 7:30. We will see you then.
Lovely. Thanks for that, Sammy. Right, coming up next on Breakfast, Sam Wallace, the professional bike man.
What did you call me? The professional what?
Bike man?
Bike man. Oh, I don't know about that. Not when you're amongst the biking royalty. Bill. You might not know this face. This is Bill Davidson, who's the great-grandson of William Davidson, who, of course, was the co-founder of Harley Davidson. Not quite what I was expecting. A lovely man. We're going to talk to him in just a second. But first the weather, and you should listen closely because this will determine how your ride is going to go this afternoon. Starting in the regions in the far south, you can see that there's a little bit of cloud around there this morning. Bill, welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Excellent. First of all, in some respects, you've been born into royalty. Would you say?
Well, it's really been amazing for me, and someday I'm going to write a book.
Very good.
Because I've grown up in this great family of riders and dealers and employees, and it's been incredible. The sights I've seen, the places I've been. This is my first time to New Zealand, and I'm here celebrating 110 years of this great company.
Amazing.
With all of our hog members from New Zealand. It's just fabulous.
What is your role?
I oversee our museum in Milwaukee, the museum business. We get about 350,000 people there a year from all over the world. I'm a vice president in our marketing division, so I'm making the strategic calls on what we do as a company around our brand for the world market.
Why do you think New Zealanders have such a love affair with Harley Davidson?
You know, even before I got here, for years, I've known that New Zealand's countryside is absolutely gorgeous, and this is a true haven for motorcyclists. So I can't wait to get out this afternoon and see some of your beautiful scenery.
And you're going to get a chance to, aren't you?
You bet I am.
Absolutely. And you've got a project bike at the moment. What are you making? What do you ride?
Well, I'm an avid collector. I'm passionate about Harley Davidson, obviously, and right now I'm working on a Fat Bob, which I'm just finishing up with beautiful paint, beautiful wheels, a big motor, and it's
How
fun.
big?
Well, it's over 2,000 cc's. It's a big motor.
Beautiful stuff. Hey, an absolute honour to meet you. Thank you so much for being here. And you're going to be here throughout the hog rally? People can come down and say good day.
For the whole weekend. Come on down.
Wicked. Ellerslie Convention Centre will be wicked to have you down here. It's quite an event. Legends and wonderful machines as well. Back to you guys.
Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed, Sammy. Next on Breakfast, we're going to put more time into this.
Oh, are you kidding me? No way. Absolutely no way. With a 3:30 a.m. wake up, I'm in bed by 7:30. I've become old before my time. And it's a love for my job and a love for my crew. Everyone just laughed and sniggered around me. Let's move on. The key to being a good Harley member is having a good nickname. This is Big Block because he snores. This is Chucky because he drinks with Germans and vomits. This is Biggie because it's ironic. And this is Donkey because he carries people's stuff around and he's the mule. We're working on my nickname. We're going to get there. Let's get into the weather. Fairly clear around the North Island as we await this morning under the influence of the high. Denzel and Donkey. It's a love story. It's a day late after Valentine's Day. How did you meet?
We met on the Harley tour. My family bought me a Borangi Harley tour, and he was the rider, and he didn't go away. And last year we got married, and 64 Harley Davidsons escorted us into the City Impact Church, Mount Wellington, and we got married. And yesterday, I beat him at drags.
That is amazing. Round of applause, everyone. The crew's kind of sitting and waiting. She's new to it, but she's only been riding for how long have you been riding, Denzel?
I've been riding since October.
And this is your wonderful bike?
It's beautiful. It's a Softail Slim.
Ooh.
And it's and low, and I can put my feet on the ground.
What happened, mate? How did it all go so wrong for you yesterday?
Well, I'm not sure. I don't know. I tried my best. Actually, no, it was Valentine's Day, and that was my Valentine's Day present for her to let her beat me at drag.
Very good.
All right?
Awesome.
She does extremely well. At 63, getting her first Harley.
Yes, I like that. And that's the thing. You can't really put your finger on the Harley people. They're all shapes and sizes. And lovely. Lovely story. Thank you so much. Back to you guys.
Sam's nickname, Sam, you should be nicknamed the Stallion. And the reason for that is because you actually prefer Ducatis. You've the Italian Stallion. You've kept this quiet all morning, but you were quite dismissive of Harleys the other day. You're a Ducati man. Be honest.
No. Okay, I'll be honest. I'm not dismissive of Harleys. I ride a Ducati. It's a different thing. And there's the healthy rivalry between different styles of bikes. Do you know, I spoke to Bill Davidson just before, and I said, what do you think I ride? And he said, if it's not a Harley, I hope it's a Ducati.
Okay, fair enough. Although you did...
So there you have it.
And Sam, I'm going to out you completely here. You did compare. You said, look, Rawdon, you're trying to explain it to us. You said, look, Ferrari, Ducati, Harley, Holden.
I've just got... Don't say that. Hey, have you seen the size of these people? I'm going to have to fight my way out of here.
They'll be watching this clip back. You're in big trouble, young man.
Good on you, mate.
Thanks,
Sorry,
Timmy.
Sam, I'll put you in it there.
Okay, coming up on breakfast. He's riding off into the sunset on his Ducati or Harley, Sam?
He's not going to be lent to Harley now, is he?
Well, nah. You know what? It's a pretty cool family down here. I'd love to be a part of the Thunder Ride that's going tomorrow at 9:30. I reckon that'd be a bunch of fun. But I actually wanted to take it away from the motorbikes just for a second. You know Miranda, our new mate, what was she like?
Our new mate, or ours and you and us,
Well,
or just us?
She's a friend of
We're
the
a
family.
team.
She
We're a
is.
team.
She was delightful.
Yeah.
As I thought she would be.
Was she? Was she
Very
really
pretty.
media watched, or was she kind of muck in? Did she muck in, or was she media watched?
No, she had a good wee yarn to us, didn't she? She
Yeah.
came in quite late into the studio, but she chatted away.
Yeah.
And afterwards,
plan.
she stayed on the couch and sat for a few seconds, precious seconds, and yarned to us. So
Yeah,
Did
she felt
did
Tony
mention
had dominated.
my weather
Sam.
reads or
No, she
anything?
didn't. She didn't mention you at all. She felt Tony had
Yeah.
dominated, so she wanted to have a bit more of a chin wag with me afterwards. And she didn't mention you at all, Sam.
you wish.
Yeah, that's stink. All right. Well, I'm sure she's watching now anyway, so let's give her weather read for the last time this morning. Starting with the satellite, you can see clear skies over the North Island today. Tomorrow, you can come to Ellerslie Convention Centre and it's completely free. You can go for a ride on a Harley. You can even ride your own Harley in those little pins that we saw before, actually change the gears and everything like that. It's worth a look around. There's some cool bikes here, and there's going to be thousands of bikes because at 9:30 they're leaving on the Thunder Rally, or the Thunder Ride, which goes from here in Auckland all the way down to Maraetai. Quite a ride, and they want people to come and join in and have a good look around. And I strongly suggest that you do it. It's really neat, and there's cool merchandise which I've got on. I'm leaving immediately so I don't have to take it off. That's our morning. We will see you again on Monday. Have a fantastic weekend.
Good on you, Sam. I think they should burst from Monday. It's Harley hates you.
I'm not sure really the difference still, but Sam, you're a Harley man through and through now.